right. The California Coastal Commission finds itself under some heavy public pressure these days, and now a couple of San Diego lawyers are suing over the recent firing of its executive director, Charles Lester. Attorneys Todd Cardiff and Bryan Pease say the commission ousted Lester behind closed doors, and the public has the right to know why. Joining me right now to tell us more about the lawsuit and discuss the situation is Grassroots Coalition attorney Bryan Pease. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
First of all, this happened a couple of weeks ago. They did fire him. They had a huge crowd down there, up there,
hundreds,
in support of the commissioner and Charles Lester. Yet they fired him on a 7-5 vote. What is the lawsuit all about?
So the lawsuit is a Public Records Act lawsuit, and it's simply to require the Coastal Commission to provide documents that are related to the firing, because this was done in a totally opaque manner. The public was not given access to information. We don't know the reason for the firing. The Coastal Commission doesn't have to provide a reason, but what they do have to provide under the Public Records Act is any documents that relate to this issue. And what's happened here is we believe there's been private communication to coastal commissioners from possibly developers or other anti-environmental interests, and the public is entitled to that information. Now, the coastal commissioners use individual private email addresses. They don't have official Coastal Commission email addresses. Right. So the Coastal Commission lawyers have taken the position that they don't need to provide official work-related email communication.
That they're not affected by the Public Records Act.
Right, that they're just totally immune to it. And so that's what this lawsuit challenges.
That's what the lawsuit's about. Yeah. The reasoning behind all of this appears to be, on the surface, about development versus environmentalist, and obviously those in attendance felt like he was fired because he was taking a stand for environmentalists, and the commission is leaning toward more development along our coastline. Is that happening? Does the lawsuit talk about that, or is that a separate issue?
Well, we believe that is part of the motivation, and why we believe there was a secret campaign to get rid of Dr. Charles Lester because of his pro-environmental stance. Now, we don't know. The point is to get access to that information. So whether there is or there isn't, that's something that the public has a right to know. And the Coastal Commission commissioners are just following the advice of legal counsel. So in this case, the counsel for the Coastal Commission is saying, don't provide this information. I'm running for city attorney here in San Diego because we have this same problem with developers making ex-parte communications to city council members, and the public really needs to be privy to this information. Under the Public Records Act, it is the law that this information must be provided and people must have access.
Regardless of the reasoning, you don't want to know why.
Exactly. It's a transparency issue.
Where does this go at this point?
Now it'll go to the court, and the court will look at whether our argument is correct that the coastal commissioners need to provide official work-related communication, whether it was to a private email address, or in this case there is no coastal commissioner official email address, so that's one of the problems. And then they'll also look at whether personnel records that are part of the firing decision need to be made public or not, and there may be some balancing issues involved there. So that's a question that's also going to be for the court.
All right, Bryan Pease, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
All right, so back to Carlos.